Hi, this is Sakyo Jun's channel. I share experience about studying abroad and life discoveries. I hope you like it. Today is part 2 of the Kyoto story. I was very nervous before I went to Kyoto because it's my first time living abroad. As I was going to stay there for a year, I had to prepare some documents and apply for a student visa. I found an agent to help me make sure nothing was overlooked. However, if you can speak a little Japanese, you can contact the school yourself. The school staff can also assist you in preparing everything. It will be a good experience. For example, when I studied abroad in New Zealand and Canada, I contacted the schools myself. It was easier to confirm details that I cared about. But it didn't make the cost cheaper because the agents don't charge students. They get paid by the schools. So if you want to gain experience and practice, you can do it yourself. But if you don't want to worry about anything, then ask an agent. I think taking a gap year to live abroad is a good idea. I met more foreigners than I had ever met before in my life. I also learned Japanese well and was able to use it in the future. This great experience made me decide to visit more countries like New Zealand and Canada later. But what should we prepare if we want to do this? How much budget do we need? And should we learn the language before going to other countries? First, about the budget. It can be cheap or expensive, just like traveling. You can decide how much you want to spend. Young people often take on part-time jobs and eat affordable food like bananas or toast as meals. The older people like me, I saved money before going to Japan, so I didn't have to take on any part-time jobs there. I prefer to focus on one thing at a time. Second, about language schools before going to other countries. It's fine if you don't know any Japanese before going there, but I think it's better to learn some basic vocabulary and grammar in your own country. Sometimes, if you don't know anything, it can be hard for teachers to explain new words to you. They might only be able to use body language. On the other hand, learning some Japanese before going to Japan can make it easier to make Japanese friends, because you will be able to have simple conversations with them. Choosing a school is also important. Factors like school's location, the number of classes per day, the type of student it attracts, and so on should be considered. The school I chose was in downtown Kyoto and offered many activities, attracting students who wanted to enjoy their time there. We only had classes in the morning, so we had plenty of free time. For some Asian students, they may prefer to study harder. They want to stay at school all day long. However, I think spending half a day at school is long enough, because if you want to improve your language skills, it's better to use them after learning. So I spend my afternoons meeting local people in Kyoto, such as cafe staff or volunteer teachers at the Kyoto City International Foundation. Have you ever lived in another country? Or would you like to try it? Feel free to leave a comment if you want to share your thoughts or have any questions. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for listening. See you next time. Bye bye.